So many times we can save a lot of time by using the one less common feature of the extrude command, which is called the thin feature. And what the thin extrusion allows us is actually to extrude both closed and open contours for the same thickness and to define where the material is built, on the inside or outside of the thickness. So let's try by let's demonstrate this and the difference between the regular extrude and thin feature extrude by making one rectangle. Let's make the center point rectangle on a top plane, and that rectangle I'm going to make to be like, let's say, 40 millimeters by 80. Let's practice in the units of MMGS, so by 80 millimeters. And I want to extrude the thickness of 10 millimeters inside of it. So the typical workflow for the beginning SolidWorks will be what? There will be two. Either draw another rectangle and then extrude the midsection, or to extrude it out and then draw another smaller rectangle and cut it out. Well, we can save ourselves a lot of time if we use the thin extrude. So this is how it will going to work. If I choose the feature extrude boss base, by default it will do a thick extrude, and let's say for 100 millimeters, and it will just bring me this brick, and that all of you SolidWorks students know that's what we do on the first classes, our first part. However, there is this little known box here which is called the thin feature. If I check box here, it will open this little panel and it will create me a thin feature. And look at this, the thickness of the feature is 10 millimeters. So it put, in this case, 10 millimeters, and it was on the outside of my contour, what is the default. If I want to switch 10 millimeter to be thick on the inside, then what I will need to click, I will need to click on a thin feature arrow, and look what happened. Now this is inside, and let's say that I want to keep it inside. Another options that I have is to have a one direction, what we are doing by default. We can also have a mid-plane. What means mid-plane? That really our contour is the center contour. So it's 5 millimeters on one side, 5 millimeters on the other side. And we also have a two directions, which will be not symmetric. So let's say that we want 20 millimeters from one side and 5 millimeters on the inside, and you can see how now it made the asymmetric wall. So that's the options here. So it allows us to much faster build our parts, and it helps us to make much more of the robust and more compact and more parametric model. Alright, so if I put this thin feature of the 10 millimeter thickness towards the inside, like how I change again, this was with this, outside versus inside, that's what we are asking in this exercise, and I click OK. Here is my piece, so I saved several operations into the one. Another options that I have here is to cap the ends. And what means to cap the ends? It means to cap the ends with the end caps, and it has also a thickness of the end caps, the overlapping thickness of the end caps. And let me see if I put like 10 here. Look what happened. It created 10 millimeters capping of the ends, and it will always cap towards the, let's see, towards the inside. So the outside is always whatever is your length of the extrusion. This also works with a draft. And let's say that we want a 1 degree draft, for example, or 5 degree draft. 5 is too much, let's say 2 degree draft. So as you can see, we can actually create a drafted piece this way. Awesome. Okay, so will this complete this exercise? Now it's up to you to repeat the exercise and to make the pieces I'm going to take off the draft also. So this is your piece that I expect to make 80 millimeters by 40 millimeters, height 100 and thickness of the wall of 10 by using only one rectangle sketch and the one extrude feature. And let's see how we know that we are correct. If you use plain carbon steel, and if I use the evaluate mass property, the mass should be 1560 grams. Thank you for watching, and let's try this exercise now.